What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. Today we're hopping into issue number 2 of Longshots and part 22 of the Age of Revelation coming out of the X-Men titles. Now before we hop into this, I do want to can we point out the ridiculous nature of the kid X-Men, the baby X-Men? Anytime I see them, I can't help but laugh. Like, it just absolutely tickles me in the best of ways. Just the ridiculous nature of their existence in Marvel Comics, like Cyclops missing a tooth, them making fun of Wolverine, calling him a toddler, like the whole 9 yards. It's all just so dumb. It's so dumb that it makes it funny. Now, with this comic opening up, what we're seeing is Baby Rogue, Baby Colossus, and Baby Wolverine. They're all discussing the new big hit show, Longshots, starring our team of course, Hellcat, Bishop, Wonder Man, Rhino, and Kraven. Right now, they're making their way through the Revelation territories. They're headed towards the Power Company. And while they've been cutting their way through the wasteland, while we observe them, we see them literally kill Warlock and eat him. They eat him. And at first I was like, what the hell is going on here? But it's gonna make sense. We're gonna get to the point. And that point brings us to 1 hour ago. We see them doing everything that they need to do on the battlefield. But this is where we see Bishop. He goes one direction, there's a flash, and then he's returned and he's going the other direction. It hasn't really been figured out what's happening here, but something's going on. As they approach this spherical facility, there's a big old door sitting right there with Krakoan written on the front. Now they all look at this and they're like, no way. There's no way it is as simple as us walking through the front door. When they ask Bishop to read the Krakoan writing, he says that he doesn't really understand what it says. Now at this point, something's up with Bishop, and the readers aren't the only one to figure this out. This is where Wonder Man pulls him to the side and he's like, what's up? Because that Winter Soldier arm that you have, that's not the Winter Soldier's arm. That's Cable's arm, and you've been time traveling. So let us know, how does this end? Bishop doesn't say much about it, he just says let's treat the arm like an ace up the sleeve. When he kicks down the door, completely deflecting from any questions. He goes in, guns a-blazing, and whoever he sees, he says that I've been waiting for you. I've been waiting for the moment to get the drop on you. As he starts pulling that trigger, there's a huge explosion, but an explosion of body parts. Bishop just explodes. The only thing that comes out of there is the arm. And the rest of the team, they're looking at this in absolute disbelief. They have no idea what the heck or what the hell is going on here. Now, as Wonder Man goes to mention how weird Bishop was acting, all the different stuff that he was doing, just acting very out of character. Before he can really get into this discussion, there's an argument over the arm. Rhino wants it and Kraven wants it. As the two of them start fighting over it, we see Rhino take the arm and put it onto his head as if it were his rhino horn. And while they fight over it, with Kraven grabbing hold of it, there's a blinding light. And then the two are teleported out of here. And Wonder Man telling Hellcat that I guess now it's just the two of us. And it was always inevitable. At this point, Mojo is losing it. Most of his cast just disappeared, Bishop is dead, and now he's left with Wonder Man and Hellcat, the two most poorly rated characters on his show. Now he's like, what the hell am I gonna do? While they try to figure out what their best course of action may be, what they're gonna do next. Coming pouring out of the Power Company are duplicate warlocks. A whole squad of them show up and they attack. As they are getting overrun at this point, Wonder Man's like, bet. Like, if this is how we're gonna do it, let's take a shortcut. This is where we see Wonder Man. He just starts bashing through all of the walls, busting through all the way to the core. Warlock is trying to let them know not to go beyond the barrier. But at this point, they're not listening. They don't believe that Warlock is their friend in any way, shape, or form. Getting attacked by them, I could understand why they would think this. But this is where Wonder Man punches the barrier. He punches it over and over again until it breaks. What they find on the other side is a celestial. And this even surprises Mojo, because he's like, what are we talking about? What do you mean? It's a busted ass celestial on the other side of that wall. That was supposed to be Galactus. But apparently, they weren't able to get Galactus. Last minute, his agent said that he's no longer doing small screen stuff. He's definitely not doing comics ever since his big screen appearance in the most recent Fantastic Four movie. And at this point, Mojo's, he's pissed. He's disappointed. Nobody cares about Celestials. Nobody wants to see Celestials. Hell, I would argue even at this point, nobody wants to see Galactus in the comic. But Mojo's like, this is my breaking point. They gotta have a ringer for the third act. A busted up Celestial, Hellcat, and Wonder Man as your only options left on the table. We need to bring in somebody. We don't have any other choice. Mojo gets him on the phone. It's time to bring in Longshot. And that is where this issue will end. So let me know what you guys think. Now, this is a comic that you can't take serious. To be honest, whenever you're messing with the Mojoverse, you can't really take it serious, and I think that's the point of these comics, is to remind us to have fun with comics. It doesn't always have to be serious, it doesn't always have to be plot pushing. It can be silly, it can be ridiculous, it can be stupid, and you can still have fun reading it. You can still enjoy it. And that's exactly what this comic is. If you expect anything more from this comic, I think you're just expecting too much from it. It's supposed to be fun, it's supposed to be light, it's supposed to just be essentially a game show, TV game show, pushing our characters through to the ultimate end goal of the last final act. I am very curious on what the hell is going on with Bishop. Moreover, what's going on with Warlock. We've already seen Warlock a little bit when it comes to Vision, but we have yet to fully understand what is going on with him. I'm sure that Warlock here is not going to really have any big impact on what he's doing overall in the big scheme of the event, but it is interesting to see him here and apparently fused with the Celestial, or at least partially. Not really sure. With one more issue in our final act, I'm sure it's going to be explained and it'll bring it to a close. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your theories. If you want to get caught up on everything that has been going on with this series, check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It's going to get you caught up on everything that is happening with the Age of Revelation event. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by joining the channel membership. This is a lot like Patreon, having multiple different tiers. It really does help out the channel tremendously, but if you're not able to do that, do me the favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that notification bell, make sure you share it around a little bit, and with that being said, until the next breakdown.